welcome to another Thursday Yoga Flow with me. My name is Mallory, if we have not practiced together before, and I am so glad that you chose to join me today for this hour-long class. And so before we get started, let's grab our waters, blankets, pillows, anything we need to make this practice more comfortable. I know if you're on hardwood floors, it can be a little hard. So go grab everything you need and we will get started here. And so the way I have started off all of my classes is, how have you been doing? And what have you been doing? I know I finally gotten into a groove, which I'm thankful for. It has given me the time to function a little bit more clearer throughout my day. And the theme for my class is actually cultivating a healthy mindset in regards to everything going on right now, and not a toxic, fake positivity that everything's going well. And if it is, that's awesome, but to the outside world, things are a little dark. And so really finding that light within, being able to experience these emotions, and learning from them how to respond differently, how we truly see ourselves, and just really gathering that space in our head, that positivity, and knowing that we can always redirect any negative thoughts with our breath. And so the best way to get started with the breath is to simply take notice. And so let's find any comfortable position. I like to start laying down, but you could start in a seat, child's pose, whatever you find the best fit for you. Let's go there right now. And gently let your body melt into the floor, melting into your mat. And notice the rise and fall of your chest. And then deepen that awareness on your breath in. And slowly taking our time to completely fill the lungs. Opening up the chest, breathing deep into the belly. And on your exhale, gently let all of the air go. And cleaning out that stagnant air from the bottom of our lungs, opening them up nice and big, reoxygenating the body. And with each breath out, we're letting go of any fears or doubts, any negativity that is not serving us. Breathe deep into it and let it all go. And noticing the physical change of your body on those exhales. And if you're seated or in child's pose, why don't we all come to our backs? And on our next breath in, we'll take the arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, stretching out nice and long. And we'll take our pencil stretch here. And pointing the toes away from the hands. Creating space in the body and finding that connection from the fingers all the way down to our toes. And on your breath out, we'll hug the knees tight into the chest, wrapping the arms around your knees. And give yourself a great big hug. And taking a moment of gratitude here for our bodies, for our health, for everything they do for us today and every day. And breathing in, we'll lengthen out one more time. Stretching just a little bit further, maybe shifting the hips from side to side. And on your exhale, we'll hug the knees in. And crossing at the ankles, we'll rock up to a seated position. However is best for you to get there. And taking the legs into whatever variation is easiest and best for you. I like to take half lotus, but you could take butterfly feet, crisscross applesauce. And once we found our foundation here, notice how supported you feel. And drawing the top of the head up towards the ceiling. And the tailbones comfortably pushing into the floor, shoulders away from our ears. And let's shut down the eyes, coming back to our breath. And all of the air comes in through the nose. The lips will come together. And all of the air comes out through the nose. And breathing in, the arms come up, nice and tall, active fingers. And the palms will come to touch. We'll slowly exhale the hands to the center of the chest. May our thoughts be peaceful. May our actions be guided by love. And may our practice benefit all beings everywhere. And breathing in, we'll lift the hands, lifting the gaze. And on your exhale, we'll drop the right arm and we'll take a side bend over to the right side. And opening this left shoulder, maybe taking the gaze up. Forearm could drop to the floor if that is comfortable in your practice. And breathing in, both arms will raise. And on your exhale, we'll side bend to the left side. Dropping the hand to the floor, opening the right shoulder, and opening the side body. Breathing in, we'll slowly raise up. We'll take the hands and interlace the fingers, pressing the palms up. And slowly taking the hands in behind the head, thumbs down towards the neck, maybe giving yourself a little massage, pulling the shoulder blades together, sticking the chest out. Pushing the skull into the hands, really opening up the front of the chest. And breathing in, the hands will lift, releasing the fingers. And on your exhale, slowly crawl the fingertips out in front of you. And coming down to our forward fold, never hurting ourselves or coming too far into a pose to where this hurts, but finding a place where we can sit with this discomfort, knowing that we're growing, knowing that our bodies are changing. Letting the head be heavy, taking a few rounds of breath here. Slowly and gently, we'll unravel the legs, coming up to an all fours position. And I'll turn to the side of my mat. But we'll stack the knees underneath the hips, the shoulders over the hands, fingers nice and strong into the mat. And we'll start to move our spine. And so breathing in, we'll lift our gaze, dropping our belly, lifting the tailbone for our cow pose. And on your exhale, we'll round in our spine, tucking the chin into our chest, and we'll let all of the air go. Breathing in, we'll lift the gaze, dropping the belly. And take a few rounds of this cat and cow at your own pace, moving to your own breath, moving nice and slow, feeling this in every vertebrae. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back at a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and stretch out the wrist. So we can come up, maybe we sit on our knees, interlacing the hands. Let's just kind of roll them out, giving our wrists some love. And coming back to our all fours. Let's turn the wrists, fingers pointed away from each other, and kind of shift the weight from side to side. And kind of drawing the belly in, taking some of that weight off of the hands. And flipping the palms over, fingers pointed towards the legs. Maybe pulling back on the wrist. Placing palms on the mat, fingers pointed in. Again, maybe doing some circles. And slowly and gently, the fingers will come back to normal, to facing the top of our mat. And we'll take our thread the needle shoulder opener here. So breathing in, we'll extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, slowly draw the arm underneath the left armpit. Maybe taking our left hand and keeping it down on the mat. I kind of like to push into it. For some days it feels really nice to open the arm and bring it around back. And if you're feeling pretty good here, there is a bind. I like to call it tumbling tiger. But we can find our balance. And taking the left foot up, pressing the shoulder down into the mat, we can bend the knee, taking a hold of our foot. Really using that breath. Maybe coming out of the bind. And grounding down into the left hand, we'll breathe in, sending the right arm up, opening the chest. And on your exhale, we'll plant it on the mat. Maybe taking a couple breaths, shifting the body from side to side. We'll plant the right hand into the mat, breathing in, opening up the left side of the body. And on the exhale, we'll thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. And again, we could stay right here with the right hand pushing into the mat. Maybe we take it up and around the back. And there's an option for that funky bind if you would like to go for it. And you might notice one side is much easier than the other. And pressing that right hand down into the mat. Breathing in, we lift the left hand, stretching it out. And on the exhale, we'll plant the hands. And the soles of the feet will come together, sitting back on the ankles. We'll extend the arms out nice and long in front of us. And we'll take our child's pose. And taking a few grounding breaths here, taking a moment to center ourselves and feeling this connection to our yoga practice and to this earth. And knowing that child's pose is one you can take at any time during any class for whatever reason. And so finding that ebb and flow of breath. Whenever you're ready, we'll take an inhale, grounding the hands down into the floor, tipping the toes, lifting up with the hips, and we'll come into our downward facing dog. So the pads of the hands are spread wide and strong into the mat. The hips are lifted up towards the ceiling. Maybe try bending your knees if you find a little roundness in your spine. But we want to keep a nice straight back here. Maybe try opening and closing the jaw. Releasing any tension. And on your next breath in, we'll raise up to the tips of our toes or the balls of our feet. And on your exhale, turn your toes to the right side of your mat, and we'll take an exhale, just really kind of pushing into the left hip. And breathing in, we'll come up nice and long. And on your exhale, we'll turn the toes to the left side. And we'll bend the knees, pushing into the right hip. And breathing in, the toes will come straight. And on your exhale, slowly pull your heels towards the back of the mat. And when your body's completely empty of breath, step your feet to meet your hands. And we'll hang heavy here. And so in this forward fold, we could bend the knees really nice and deep, never hurting the back, the hamstrings, allowing the head to be heavy. And taking a few deep breaths here. And grounding down into the floor, we'll breathe in, lifting our bodies, lifting the chest for our tall mountain pose. And the hands are extended overhead. This is a very active pose, drawing all of the energy up through the center of your body. Radiating out of the hands, out of the crown, energy pushing into the floor. And finding a sturdy and a solid foundation here. And we'll take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we'll take the right hand to grab the left wrist. We'll just kind of tug our body over to the right side for a side bend. Maybe popping the knee, lifting the gaze. And breathing in, we'll come up to center. And switching our grip, left hand grabs the right wrist. And we'll exhale to the left side. Breathing in, we'll release the hands, lifting the gaze. And on your exhale, we'll open the arms wide and we'll fold in half. And the knees are gently bent. And we'll take the hands and we'll walk them over to the right side of the body, giving a little twist here. Breathing in, we'll take a halfway lift to center, extending the crown of the head away from the tailbone, creating a flat back. Again, try bending your knees if you notice some roundness. Really lift through the heart. And on your exhale, we'll soften down to our left side. And breathing in, we'll halfway lift, again flattening out through the spine. And on your exhale, we'll fold down. And taking our sun salutation one more time, let's root down into the feet. Breathing in to lift the hands, lifting the gaze, drawing that navel into the spine, tucking our tailbone, and creating that long line of energy from the crown of the head to our tailbone. And so in yoga, we call this Sushumna, this straight line of energy that should be stacked in every yoga pose. And so breathing in, the hands are lifted tall. Right hand grabs the left wrist, and we'll take an exhale to the right side. And breathing in, we'll come back to center. And on your breath out, left hand grabs the right wrist. And we'll pull to the left side. Breathing in, we'll release the hands, maybe take a little back bend here, shifting the hips, dropping the head back. And we'll take a breath in, and on your exhale, we'll fold down. And breathing in, we halfway lift. And on the exhale, we'll walk the hands over to the right side of the body, maybe twisting just a little bit deeper than the time before. And breathing in, we'll halfway lift, flattening out through the spine. And on the exhale, we'll fold to the left side. And breathing in, halfway lift to center. And on the exhale, we'll fold down. We'll place the hands into the mat, and the knees are gently bent. And slowly we'll send the left leg behind us, planting the foot. And we'll kind of settle here into this low lunge. And taking just a moment, never rushing. And slowly allowing the back knee to hit the mat. Breathing in, we'll lift the arms, easing the hips towards the top of the mat. And we'll come into our Crescent Lunge. So the knee is stacked over the ankle, top of the foot firm into the floor. Shoulders away, fingers are active. And breathing in, we'll take the front leg straight, rocking back onto the back leg. And on our breath out, the heart will come over the knee for our hamstring stretch. And taking a moment to settle into this pose, keeping that long line, that Sushumna stretched over the knee, making sure we're not bending, extending through the head. Maybe flexing the foot. But if you do have a blanket or a pillow nearby, you might want to place it underneath your knee. And slowly we'll take both hands on the inside of the right foot, pivoting this back knee straight. And breathing in, we'll come up for our gate pose. And the hands are lifted, and on your exhale, we'll drop the right hand, sliding it down our knee, maybe to our shin, opening up in the chest. We're just taking a little different variation here. And taking a breath in, we'll slowly raise up, arms to a T. Maybe float the fingers, feeling that energy. And on the exhale, we'll take a counter stretch. So right arm up, left hand down by our side, gaze is up towards the right hand. Maybe we reach to the floor. And on our exhale, both hands will come on either side of the foot, and pivoting that knee back around to the center of our mat. And we'll soften the front leg. And we'll step the feet together. Breathing in, we halfway lift to long through our spine. And on the exhale, we'll fold. And rooting down into the feet, we send the right leg back behind us. And I switched around on my mat for just a moment, so you're not watching my backside while I do this gate pose. So as we settle here into this low lunge, the back knee will hit the floor. And breathing in, we lift the hands for our low crescent lunge. So again, the heart is lifted, the tailbone is down, knee over the ankle. Maybe we ease the hips forward a bit. And we'll fill our lungs, pressing back onto the back leg, sending the front leg straight, and on the exhale, we'll fold over our knee. And again, finding your best variation of this pose. Maybe we have pillows and we're up a little higher. We could flex the foot. And breathing deep into this pose, into any of the tight spaces. And we'll take both hands on the inside of the left foot, walking the hands around, pivoting that knee. And once we have found our stance, we'll breathe in, taking the arms up. And on the exhale, left hand will slide down the right knee, maybe the shin. Opening the right shoulder, we'll take our gate pose. And this should feel pretty good in the side body. If this hurts your knee, just don't do it. Maybe we sit down and do a side bend. And we'll fill our lungs, taking the body back up, arms into an active T. And on your breath out, we'll take a counter stretch, left arm up, right hand by our side. Maybe lifting the gaze, dropping that right hand to the floor. And we'll fill the body with air, making our way up. And on your exhale, we'll take the hands back to the top of the mat, turning the knee back to center. And we'll step the feet together. And breathing in, we halfway lift to long through our spine. And on the exhale, we fold. And rooting down into the feet, we breathe in, lifting the arms, lifting the chest. And the palms will come together. And we'll exhale the hands to the center of the chest. And shutting down the eyes here, feeling the feet pressing into the floor. And the palms are pressed together, nice and active, shoulders active. lifting the chin. Again, taking a few grounding breaths. And breathing in, we'll lift the hands and lift the gaze. And on your exhale, we'll slowly fold in half. And breathing in, we halfway lift, longing through our spine. And on the exhale, we'll fold. And rooting down into our right foot, we'll send the left leg back behind us. Again, taking just a moment, finding our foundation, finding our stability. And whenever you're ready, we'll breathe in, lifting the hands for our Crescent Lunge. And so both sets of toes are facing the same way. The back heel is up, really engaging those glutes, finding our stability. And we'll take a breath in, hands come together. And on your exhale, find some length through your spine. And we're gonna take a twist to the right side. And so we could stay right up here, just kind of corkscrewing the spine. Maybe our left elbow catches the right knee. Gaze is up. And there's an option to open the hands. But we'll fill our lungs, and on the exhale, we'll open the arms, pivoting the back foot, lunging into the right leg, and we'll take our reverse warrior. And so the back foot is turned out. This left hand can be down the thigh, around the back. And finding your best variation, opening the side body. And we'll take a deep breath in. On your breath out, we'll take our half moon. Right hand will stack in front of the right foot. Opening the shoulders, engaging the back toes, maybe taking a bind here. Maybe both hands are on the floor, really just finding your best variation of the pose. And slowly and gently, we'll release the foot to the top of our mat, and we'll open the body for star pose. And taking just a moment here, coming back to that breath, and slowing down the heart, and sending that energy from your heart to your arms, out of your fingers. We'll take a deep breath in, peace fingers to our hip bones, and we'll hinge forward to fold in half. And so make this a very active wide leg forward fold. We're not limp, we're not chilling or hanging out. We're actively stretching, maybe working on a headstand, arm balance, middle split, wherever you want to go. This is your time to play around. So let's find something. Maybe we do some side lunges. And taking just a few more rounds of breath here. And slowly making our way back to our wide leg forward fold. Absolutely no rush. And we'll take the right hand in the center of the mat, breathing in. We'll take the left arm up. And taking a little twist. And slowly exhale the hand to the center of the mat. And breathing in, we'll take the right arm up. And on your exhale, both hands to the mat. Breathing in, we halfway lift to lengthen through the spine. And on your exhale, we'll turn the toes to the back of the mat, left foot in front, switching it up on the brain here. And we'll take our right hand and we'll plant it on the inside of the left foot. Left arm will extend, and we'll open up for our Dragonfly Twist. And so we're nice and active, not falling, buoyant as can be. Gaze is up, and we'll take a breath in, and we'll pivot the back foot, opening the arms for our warrior two. Shoulders stacked over the hips, active hands, active fingers. Breathing in, we'll take our warrior one, both arms up, maybe adjusting the feet, the hips. I know this kind of pulls my hips, so warrior doesn't feel too good for me, so make it feel good for you. And so the hips are squared to the top of the mat as best as we can get them. And we'll take a big breath in. We'll step the feet together. And so standing in our tall mountain pose, we're going to get ready for our tree pose. So we'll spread the toes of the left foot, grounding and anchoring ourselves down, pulling the energy up through the center. And whenever you're ready, take that right foot to the ankle. Maybe we use the toe as a kickstand. It could come to our calf, maybe our inner thigh, half lotus. So many options. But root down and find the tree that works for you. So maybe some of our trees are swaying in the wind. Using that breath to help us cultivate that balance. And slowly we'll release our foot, maybe shaking out the legs. Breathing in, we'll lift the body, lifting the chest. And on your exhale, we'll open the arms and fold in half. And breathing in, we halfway lift. And on the exhale, we'll fold. And rooting down into our left foot, we'll send the right leg behind us. Again, finding our stability for our crescent lunge. And the back heel is up. And breathing in, the body will lift. Knees stacked over the ankle, engaging those glutes. And finding our fullest breath in, and the longest breath out. And we'll breathe in, lengthening through the spine. Hands will come together, and on your exhale, we'll take a twist to the left. So staying up here, keeping integrity of the spine, or maybe allowing this right hand, arm, elbow to hit the left knee. And taking our twisted crescent lunge here. Again, maybe opening the arms. We'll fill our lungs, opening the arms around, pivoting that back foot, and easing our way into our reverse warrior. Again, the back hand can be down the side, around the back, opening that side body. And we'll fill our lungs, preparing for our half moon, maybe adjusting the feet. We'll take the left hand in front of the left toes, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. If we were against the wall, we would be super flat. Again, maybe going for a bind. Whenever you're ready, slowly drop your feet to the mat. And we'll open up nice and big for our star pose. And shutting down the eyes. And this time noticing the energy from the base, from our spine, from our root, if you will. Just flowing down the legs into the feet. And we'll take a deep breath in. And on your breath out, peace fingers to the hips. And we'll fold in half. Again, taking one more opportunity here to go wherever your body would like to go. So many options, so many things to try. Be careful if you have a partner, maybe get a spot. And taking about 5 more rounds of breath here. And slowly coming back to our wide leg forward fold. And we'll plant the right hand in the center of our mat. And breathing in, we'll extend the left arm up. And on your breath out, the hand will meet the mat. And breathing in, the right arm will raise, taking the gaze up. And on your exhale, both hands to the center of the mat. Breathing in, we'll halfway lift to long through our spines. And on your exhale, we'll walk the hands back to the right foot, turning both sets of toes. Left hand will come on the inside of the right foot. And we'll open up for Dragonfly Twist. And pushing out of the shoulder joint, feeling nice and light here. Rooting down into the feet, and breathe in, cartwheeling the arms around for our warrior two. And so we're pressing into the outer edge of the back toes, knees stacked over the ankle. Shoulders away from the ears. We'll take a breath in, turning our hips, squaring the shoulders, stacking the shoulders over the hips. Again, finding what works best with your hips and your knees for our warrior one pose. And we'll fill our lungs, and on your breath out, we'll step the feet together. And settling back into our tall mountain pose. Preparing for our tree, spreading the toes of the right foot. Again, anchoring down into the earth. And whenever you're ready, slowly start to lift the left foot. Again, taking it to a kickstand. The calf, but we never want to put pressure on our knee. So below the knee, or above the knee. And we could take half lotus. But activating the fingers, using that breath, maybe finding something not moving to stare at. And again, it could be trees swaying in the wind. all of the air comes into the body. And dropping the feet, maybe shaking out the legs from side to side. And on your exhale, we'll fold in half. And breathing in, we halfway lift, longing through the spine. And on your exhale, we'll fold. And slowly and gently dropping our booties to the floor. And making our way into a seated position. So we'll take the feet to touch, coming into our seated butterfly position. The heels might be closer in to the pelvic bone. Maybe the feet are closer out. Maybe sitting on a pillow if your legs are up really high will help you find some comfort here. But the goal is in our yoga practice, and especially in this end part that I like to end with, our yin yoga, is to be able to sit through the discomfort, using that breath to find comfort, and getting rid of any negative thoughts about where you are at, how far down you are, or how badly this is uncomfortable. And we don't want to feel any pain. So back out if this hurts, but we'll sit and lengthen through the spine, breathing in. On the exhale, leading with the heart, we'll fold over. And again, up here is fine. Gravity will slowly take you down. And let your body start to settle into the stillness, into the silence. And slowing down the breath. And slowing down the body. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose, and on your exhale, slowly walk the body up. And taking the arms back behind us, we'll plant the feet, and we'll windshield wipe the legs from side to side. And coming down on our backs, we'll take the knees into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side. Lately, I've been really liking to rock back and forth, kind of rounding out the back, pulling those shoulders apart. But whenever you're ready, we'll open the arms to a T, the knees together, knees stacked on top of each other. And we'll slowly let them fall down to the right side. Both shoulders grounded into the mat. And taking the gaze over the left arm. And maybe we extend the feet out, maybe just one foot. Getting the best supine twist that we can get here. Breathing in, the knees will come to center. And on your exhale, let them fall over to the left side. Again, finding your best variation of this pose. Unclenching the jaw, gaze over the right arm. And breathing in, we'll take the knees back to center. And we'll plant the feet on the floor. The knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. The palms are down by the side. And we'll take our bridge or our wheel here. And so slowly we'll lift the hips, raising one vertebrae at a time, keeping the chin up. Pulling the hips up towards the ceiling. And if you'd like to take your wheel, being very cautious, plant the hands by your ears and slowly raise up. And to come out of these poses, gently lower down just as gracefully as you went up. And we'll hug the knees into the chest. And we'll extend the feet into the air. I'm just offering a little inversion here at the end of our class. Maybe pointing and flexing the toes, rolling out the ankles. And taking the legs to a straddle if you would like. Whenever you're ready, we'll bend at the knees, and taking the feet to the floor. And finish out your practice with any last pose your body is asking from you. We can take a happy baby by pulling the knees into the armpits and rocking from side to side. Maybe a plow, shoulder stand, whatever you need. Whenever your body is ready, lay out nice and long on your mat and find rest. And settling into our final Shavasana, receiving the benefits from our physical practice. Again, letting the body mellow out. And slowing down the breath, and keeping those thoughts out for just a moment longer. And the body is soft. And slowly start to feel your eyebrows pulling away from one another. And notice the air as it comes in through your nose. And the tongue is gently placed in the back of your mouth. And the jaw is unclenched. The shoulders are down and away from your ears. And notice the rise and fall of your chest. And the arms are relaxed. And the fingers have a slight curl to them. And the belly is soft. The legs are heavy. And the toes are comfortably placed outward. The whole body is relaxed. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let it all out. And starting to invite life back into the body. Wiggle the fingers and toes. And hugging the knees into the chest, we'll roll over to our right side. And always leading with our hearts, we'll make our way back to a comfortable seat. And taking the hands to the center of the chest. Shanti means peace. Om Shanti to each and every one of you. When the mind is overactive, take refuge in the breath. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me for another Thursday Yoga Flow. If you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, I would love to hear them. Thank you for your support from Arlington Yoga Center. It means a lot to us, and there is a link if you would like to leave a donation. That would be so wonderful. I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next time. Namaste.